Okay, guys, Kennedy's back in town. She's here in the flesh, no longer virtual Kennedy. How do you feel to be here with your family, Kennedy?
Feels great.
Official interview. Feels great.
Feels good.
Kennedy, I want you to rate New York, and then I want you to rate here.
It's very different. It's just a different life. I feel like I'm two different people.
Wait, so who's the real Kennedy? Which one's the real Kennedy?
I can't rate it. It's not that simple. It's just, I just live a different life when I'm there.
So when you're here, you're Kennedy, and when you're there, you're Cory.
Yeah. Yep.
How's your life different every day when you're here?
Well, I'm spending a lot of time with my family, first of all. And living somewhere like New York, you become so used to everything being so like compact and close together and walking everywhere. And then you come to Maryland and you have to drive everywhere, and everywhere is like 3 miles away.
Does that mean Claudia has to drive you everywhere?
No, she doesn't drive me everywhere. Normally
we don't leave the house.
You don't leave the house. I guess you pretty much have everything you need in this house.
I mean, if you need something, you can literally Instacart it or DoorDash it.
I just like to go places.
Also, everything has so much more space here. Like this house is huge. The ceilings are so tall.
Oh, it probably feels especially big to you.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, probably after being in your apartment for a while and then coming here, it probably feels huge.
That's a little Harry Potter closet.
My apartment isn't that small though. It's not like
for New York. Yeah,
for New York, it's big.
Yeah,
but like New York, it's definitely big, compared to this, it's like a huge difference.
Get a little cabin fever in there sometimes.
Well, Kate and I went for her birthday. I took her to a cabin in West Virginia. By the way, West Virginia has such a terrible stereotype associated with it. Because I even mentioned it to.
Well, Brandon.
Well, nobody wants to live there.
You told me you couldn't get. What was it?
Well, hold on. I'm just saying. First off, yeah, it has a bad reputation for some reason, and people stereotype it. But I went there. Everyone's so nice.
Well, you can blame the movies.
It's the movies, yeah.
The movies about mutants living in West Virginia.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Given them that reputation.
Well, I was in the middle. We were in the middle of West Virginia. Didn't see one mutant. Okay, unless they got some plastic surgery or something.
Yeah,
There's no mutants.
Think it's. I mean,
I'm telling you right now, they're not coming out. They're staying in their house.
Oh, you think they're scared of the light? But we weren't really in a place like that. They live in the woods. We weren't necessarily. We were kind of in the woods actually, but we were on this big mountain, and it was this tiny little cabin. It was a mini home. You would have really liked it, Kennedy.
I know. I liked it.
Everything was mini. The fridge was mini. There was no stove, so I brought an air fryer with me. I'm just going to bring that air fryer everywhere I go from now on.
I think you do.
Without that, I don't think I could eat.
No, it's basically like a portable stove.
Oh, yeah.
Portable oven.
It's better because it cooks it faster and better. It doesn't make a mess. And you don't have oil splashing everywhere. But anyway, yeah, there's nothing to cook there. There was like an old record player, and they had this little library outside of the cabin that you could go inside and you could get books or like records and stuff. Yeah. And then there was a store with like a trust system basically. So you would leave your money there and then you would take what you need from the store.
Did you leave your money?
I took everything and left no money. I ran them dry.
People are going to take you seriously.
That's everything I need for like the rest of the year. I just got from that store. Free store.
He's joking.
It's like a Mr. Beast video. Free store. No, I'm just joking. I didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't buy anything from there, but they had like pretty good deals and stuff. But it was crazy because we were on top of this mountain on this tiny little cabin. You could see, I sent you guys like pictures. You could see like really the river. I don't know what river it is, but it might be like Shenandoah or something. Probably. You could see this huge like river going out into the distance, and then in the morning there'd be like a ton of fog and it would rise up and it'd feel like you're in the clouds.
You were in the clouds.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But I don't know if I could live in that small of a place all the time.
No, I don't like where the bathroom was.
There was basically, the house was like a bunk bed. Oh, here was another thing. The mini home was just made out of a frame. And then on the outside of the frame was insulation. There was no like walls. So there was like 60-mile-per-hour winds that night in a crazy storm because we were like in the mountains. And you could like hear, it was like you're in a tent.
Wait, you had a storm while you were there?
Yeah, a crazy storm. I should have filmed it. It was, you would open the door and the wind was just, it looked like there was a tornado going on.
Oh my God.
And
that's nice.
You would hear trees cracking and falling down and stuff.
No, that would have freaked me out.
I was like, damn, like if a tree fell in that house because it has no roof, it would just go right through it because it's like warm? An insulation. Yeah, you're still warm. There's like a heater in there and stuff. But I don't know. It was really cool. I just couldn't, I don't think I could live like that forever. If I had to, I could.
So if it was 60-mile-per-hour winds and it was cold, and you had to go to the bathroom. I don't know why I'm hooked on this. Oh, yeah,
you had to go.
You have to go outside.
Oh, yeah, by the way, this place had no bathroom. You either had to go in an outhouse that was attached to the cabin, or you had to go to a completely separate area. and then use that. So you would have to walk down all these steps. It was like these zigzag steps. You walk all the way down and then you go to a bathroom. So yeah, when it was rainy and
that's
windy,
the way they
you
used
had to
to
go
live a
out
long
there and
time
just
ago.
like deal with it.
I think
Yeah.
if
You
you have
come
to go
back and
bad
you're
enough,
soaking
you just
wet.
don't
Nope.
care. If I had to go bad enough, I wouldn't care.
Well, I was going outside
same.
because I was like, I'm not walking all the way down in that thing. So I'll just go outside.
Well, you're also a man, so you can pee outside very easily.
You wouldn't care to walk
That's
out.
why I think every woman.
If I had to go that bad, no.
Let me know.
obviously
Let me know
you
if you
have to
agree
go
with
that
this.
bad.
I think every woman should invest in a pee funnel. So when they're out in
called a sheep
in the wild or something, yeah, just keep it in your purse.
So
Doesn't
there's
fit in
no
your
like,
purse.
if there's no bathroom, that means there's no makeup lighting. That means you don't wear makeup the whole time you're there.
I mean, I wouldn't live there ever.
Would you go for a vacation?
That's not a vacation.
For Claudia, that's not a vacation.
It's like if you want to go like camping or glamping.
It's
Oh,
like
listen to this.
mountain.
Oh my God, so we were in this little town. There's like I didn't see one kid. There was no kids in this town.
Well,
I saw a few
They
people.
were
Right then and
probably in
there.
school, Brandon. You went during the week.
Even so, like, why didn't I? Oh, that is true. But no, but after school, I still didn't see any kids. I don't know. There was no like normal stores. We went to this bar. So every single place there was closed except for the weekend. So there was like a few breweries and wineries that were open on the weekend. Everything was pretty much closed. So there was like one bar that was open on like a Tuesday night. And we looked it up, and on their Instagram page, the way they would promote it, they would make the bartenders take a picture like this and then make some like sexualized joke because they sold hot dogs. They'd be like, come here to get your hot dogs or whatever, and the girl would be like this, like pressing her boobs together, and it would be like featuring blah blah blah, like this girl. It seemed like a strip club or something, but it was just a bar. But they
Maybe
would
it's
use the
more than
girls
what you
to.
No,
think.
there's
to promote
probably
it.
some
Anyway.
magic door or something behind the bar.
Maybe
or in the floor.
I don't know. I don't think it was working because we went there. We were the only ones there. We stayed there for 3 hours. Only ones there
That's a
for 3
cover-up
hours,
then.
except for the bartender.
because they take them out of the bar and put them somewhere else.
Well, listen to this. We asked the
Probably
bartender.
underground.
Yeah, maybe we asked the bartender. We were like, I was like, okay, can we get 2 dirty martinis? And she like looked at me with like a blank stare. I was like, I've never made that before, but I'll try. I was like, if you've never made it before, you don't even know that there's olive juice in it. And that place did not seem like it had any kind of like olive juice or anything. It was just
probably just
real
sell
drinks and beer.
Beer and hot dogs.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what a martini
Yeah,
is.
she didn't know what it
No,
was. And
she
she's like,
didn't.
oh, I'll try. And when she said, I'll try, I was like, okay, this is going to be bad news.
I feel like, I mean, maybe they just don't drink them there.
I don't think.
Then
they
what drinks
do.
does she know? Like that's
She
I'm
must have
telling
been,
you,
like-
it's a cover up. It's not even. She's not even a bartender.
She was probably barely 21.
She's probably not even a bartender.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, we don't have any martini glasses, so can I just put it in like a cup?"
Okay, that is a cover up for something.
But
There's
anyway,
something else
once she
going on
said that,
there.
I was like, "Never mind, just give me wine." They had like 2 bottles of wine on the back of the bar. I was like, "Just give me wine." So she gave us wine, and then apparently I read the reviews, and they have the best hot dogs in the world at this little bar.
In the world.
well, did
You
eat
don't
one?
understand, Claudia. You would have freaked out
What
after
makes
eating.
a hot dog so good?
It was just like perfectly boiled. That was the first thing.
I love
The
boiled hot
bread,
dogs.
you know when bread is like crispy on the outside and super airy and fluffy and light on the inside? That was the bun. And then you could put different stuff on
But
it,
that's
like
not
relish
the
or
hot
chili.
dog. That's
You're making me want a
the
hot dog
roll.
so
It was
bad.
like beyond good. Like I can't. If you read the reviews, every review's like that was the most orgasmic hot dog I've ever had. Every single bite got better than the last, and it was
Wow.
absolutely true.
What's
How come
on
no
it?
one was
What
in
did you
there
put
then?
It
on
was
it?
like $3.
What is on it?
Anything you want. So they give you a little. This is the only food they sell. They give you a little card with check boxes, and you check off what you want. So it's like relish, mustard, ketchup, blah, blah.
Chili, mustard, relish,
Yeah,
pickles, onions.
sauerkraut.
I would go to this place in West Virginia just to get a hot dog again.
How far is it?
2 hours.
2.5 hours.
That would be crazy. I'm telling you though, you would actually be.
I know,
You
I
would
love hot
freak out.
dogs.
Yeah. The crazy thing is that cheap kind of food always ends up being better than the really expensive stuff. A $3 hot dog can be better than like a $80 steak.
Well, any place that makes only like one thing.
That is true. They're like perfected the one thing. Yeah.
How big are they? Are they the smaller
They're
ones
like
or the really big
what
ones?
you would get at like a baseball game or
Oh,
something.
Yeah, they're smaller.
Yeah, it was good. But I don't know how that place stays alive because we were the only ones there
I
for
told
3
you
hours
how.
on a Tuesday
Maybe on
night.
weekends they get busy.
No.
Maybe on the weekends, but
They
it's
have
crazy.
a secret. That's a cover up for something.
Maybe it is.
So that no one was there.
You might be
Everybody's
right.
like somewhere else.
They're losing
not
money.
really
If it was a
bartenders.
cover-up, why would they put that much? Oh, I just spit on myself. Why would they put that much effort into making good hot dogs?
Maybe it's
that
not
maybe
effort.
attracts them.
Maybe somebody's making those hot dogs for like 200 years. It's in their family and they pass it down.
I'm telling you, they
generations.
could easily get like when we were in Colorado. We went to this place called like the Great Cheese or something. I forget.
The Great Cheese.
It was a grilled cheese
Oh
restaurant.
yeah, I saw that video.
Oh.
And their like
Cheese
theme
everything.
is cheese us, like Jesus, but cheese us.
Oh, I see.
Like he's like their mascot. I don't know.
That's like the mascot of the
Yeah, they have like a big painting of this cheese Jesus on their wall.
That's funny.
And then
That's a thing from Glee. Grilled cheeses.
they have like a bunch of different grilled cheeses on the menu, and it was really good. But when we went there, because it was during the week in like on a random day, it was empty. But I'm sure it gets packed, especially during certain seasons, because it's like around ski resorts and
but
stuff.
how much cheese can somebody eat? Like
It's
all the
not just
time?
cheese.
I know. I can,
And
but I should.
what do you mean? People love
can't.
cheese. It's like one of the
I cannot
top
believe
things.
I know. Well, I'm saying that because
There's
like,
never too much
Dakota will
cheese.
eat cheese and break out from it. I'll eat cheese and won't be able to go to the bathroom for 5 weeks, and I just have to be really careful. So
Cheese is America's biggest addiction.
No, there was one that was grilled cheese and it had hot tomato soup inside.
Ooh.
It was
So burst it open.
good. Not really. It wasn't like super
soaked.
like liquidy, watery, whatever, but it was like more like saucy.
I
But
was
it
gonna
had
say,
like
like,
this
tomato
stretchy like mozzarella type cheese and this thick like
Can we
Texas
stop talking
toast.
about food? I'm so hungry
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
making
Well,
me-
It was
one more
really
thing.
good.
So you know what one of my favorite things to do is? Tea parties. Yeah.
Brandon dresses up in his little dresses and has tea parties.
I don't
He's like to do that
Mom,
ever
I don't
since
do
he
the
was
dress
little.
thing anymore. Okay, we retired that. But what we should all do, we should go to one of these tea party
I
places.
would totally go.
So I went to two. The first one I went to was in Annapolis, Maryland, and it was that place was really cool. They give you your own teapot. There's like 50 or so teas that you can choose from. You choose your tea, they bring it out, and then they bring you this 3-tier tower. And on the bottom is like savory stuff.
I've
and
done
then-
it before.
You've done it before?
Yeah, I did. I took Scarlett to one for her birthday last year, but I liked the place, but it was in like a really weird, bad area in Baltimore, so I didn't.
Oh no, I know the best tea spots. And then we went to this one in Westminster, and all really old people. So the like lowest age was probably 80, and then it was Kate and I. So we were just surrounded by all these old people, and it smelled like an old person's house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that place I didn't like quite as much because the smell of like old
Period.
gets to
That's
you
what
after a
get in the
while.
most trouble.
Stop doing it. Just behave.
Here, come here.
Just behave.
Oh,
I had to get Percy a $600 ultrasound and drop him off at the vet for 5
7,
hours
actually,
yesterday.
not 6.
for 5 hours?
Yeah.
Do you know how much you spent on your cats since you've gotten them?
She spent a
Oh,
lot.
you had a
because
guess.
On
If you had a
Ruby,
guess.
on Ruby, I spent nothing. On Percy, at least 5,000.
Damn.
He's just not a.
How much
he's
does
not
a
well.
baby cost to like raise
A
it
lot.
until it can walk?
I don't know. I'd have to add it all.
Like
up.
all the
Having-
diapers, all that.
having
Has
a-
anyone done a study on that and like
Of
added
course
it
they
all
have.
up?
I'm sure. people
Having a
have done
cat
it.
that is always having issues, and I'm pretty sure he has IBD, which is something he's going to have his entire life, that it can flare up from like the tiniest of things. I honestly think the reason he's been doing fine is because he stays in that room all day and can't like eat in like random things.
Well, then that just goes to show you something. That
Maybe,
he
I don't
is
know. That's
eating-
just still a theory, but
What's IBD versus IBS?
IBD is a
It's a.
Disease versus syndrome.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's also because he's been
And
diagnosed.
also, IBS doesn't really have to be diagnosed. A lot of people just
Right.
self-diagnose themselves if they have like diarrhea all the time. But IBD can kill you.
Yeah.
Corey knows.
I'm dying.
you have IBD?
He
I
has,
have
yeah.
Crohn's. It's like a family thing.
Oh,
I feel like so many people have Crohn's and colitis and IBD and all kinds of stuff with their gut. I just feel like it's like just I don't know,
America poisons
genetics
us.
and that.
well, there's probably one
back
that's just
to
genetic and then one that's
trouble.
almost purely
Oh my god! When
associated
I
with
think
stress.
about
just feel like
when I think
the
about all the I ate growing up,
Yeah,
in
she didn't
such
really
large
eat
quantities.
food. She ate chemicals.
Yeah,
I feel like I was
literally-
talking to Claudia about that.
I like didn't like actual
Yeah,
food
because
when I was
Kendi used to
younger.
stash candy bars in her room and eat them
Oh
all.
yeah. No, I was telling Kendi, do you remember the Reese's, the long Reese's you would get?
Yeah, the bars.
Yeah. So Kate really likes like the fast breaks, you know, the fast
Yeah.
break. But I was telling her you would get like a whole king size pack of those and you would just like eat the entire thing in one go.
I would
And-
get 2 king size packs.
And you would eat
That's
both of
sick.
them?
Sometimes I would. Well, the thing is, every time Mom would go to Rite Aid, which was like every day, she would buy me candy.
No, I didn't know how bad it was.
And
back
also,
then. I
your
thought I
ex,
was
your,
doing something good.
her ex-boyfriend, who constantly tried to buy my love with the $2 he had in his bank account, would also buy me Reese's every time we went to Rite Aid.
it's a roast. Buy my love with the $2 in his bank account. Sounds like a Taylor Swift
It's
lyric.
true.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I was obsessed. It was the Reese's sticks and also the Reese's bars. Even thinking about them now, like my mouth's watering. I'm so hungry right
See,
now.
when I
actually.
was Kennedy's age, at that age when I was younger, and I was the only kid before they were both born, you would like we would eat so healthy.
Yeah, I wouldn't give you
It was.
anything.
I didn't even know what a Capri Sun was.
Yeah,
I didn't really know what candy was.
But you know what's f***ed up?
No
You
juice.
didn't know what candy was. I would give you raisins and I would give you certain things. You did get certain cereals. You still ended up with a ton of cavities. And the
Yeah, 'cause
dentist
it's
pulled me
genetic.
into his office and said, you're doing something wrong. And I went off on him because I'm like, you don't understand how healthy
I think it's
that
genetic
I
in
feed
our
this
family
kid. Like,
because
it makes no
all,
sense.
all three of
I
us
get 'em.
have
It's just soft
cavities.
teeth. I would have your teeth bonded. I ended up having your teeth bonded. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
I would
that
get
actually
a coating
worked.
all over
You
your
had
teeth.
mine bonded too.
I think I
'cause
did. I was
like
like,
10
these kids
I
cavities.
had
have
it
soft
too,
teeth.
and then
I'm
as
getting
an
them all
adult,
bonded.
had freaking 7 cavities out of nowhere.
That's because I think the Invisalign. That's what Dakota thinks.
I don't think so.
Because she said that she never got
No, I
cavities.
think we're just prone to
and when
them.
she got Invisalign, her sister works
mine-
for a dentist. She was like, they think it's from the Invisalign.
I wear it every other night, not every night, and also I floss every night. And they
that
tried
doesn't
telling me at
matter.
the dentist that I need to start flossing, and I was like, I literally floss every night,
you
every
use
single
mouthwash?
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
With fluoride?
I think some of the ones I have fluoride, but I'm pretty sure my toothpaste does.
That's the main thing that prevents cavities.
When we were kids, we would take fluoride pills. Do you
Do you
remember
remember
that?
they would call kids
Yeah.
out of class to do fluoride?
They did that in our school.
It's because they
Yeah,
don't
we had
have
well
it in
water.
their- It's because
We
if
had
you
well
don't have
water.
it
And
in
they
your
would
water
take them to
system,
the
then you need
nurse
it.
and they would brush their teeth with fluoride or something. It was like a
to
thing
teach
every day.
them.
They would pull certain kids out of class.
Probably.
Yeah.
to
I would
teach
love
them
to
how
see what everyone's teeth looked like back then in like
My
the
teeth were
medieval
disgusting
times.
as a kid.
I
I
would
did
try
not
to-
brush my teeth as
so-
a kid.
Yeah.
Without sugar, it's not as bad, but it's still bad.
My
Yeah,
own
like
grandfather,
rotting.
when I was like 12 years old or 10 years old, told me my teeth were very yellow.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
you would tell me that.
Papa
I'm like,
did?
I don't know what to do. I tell them to brush their
my
teeth. I mean,
elementary
I don't know
school
what to do.
crush of like 5 years. One day I was walking in the hall with him and I was trying to show him how to do an underbite and I was going like this. I was like, if you put your bottom teeth over your front teeth and close your mouth, it looks like you have an underbite. And I will never forget, he said to me, your teeth are really yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, that is terrible. That probably ruined your
It's
month.
really funny. My dad would specifically say, you work on them to brush their teeth more. And I said, you know what? It's not worth it. They're not going to listen to me. And I picked my arguments, and it's not the worst thing in the world at this moment. I said, they'll learn when either a boy or a girl or somebody
Yeah,
says
that's
something
true.
to them. They will be shocked into doing it. There you go.
That's why
Perfect
sometimes
example.
it's better to not force your kids.
Disgusting.
Learn for
Yeah,
themselves.
there are certain things.
It's a normal thing as
Yeah.
a kid, though. No kid
No.
wants to brush their teeth.
Exactly.
Even now, I
Or
hate brushing my
shower.
teeth at night.
Showering was really
I
tough
love
to get you
brushing my
guys to
teeth.
shower.
Yeah, we all know you love brushing your teeth.
It's just like, why would you? It's just why would you want to like Kenny goes to bed without brushing her teeth sometimes, and I just feel like that feels
I
so
can't
gross.
do that unless.
Okay, I don't really do that. Sometimes I will brush my teeth and then eat snacks in bed and then fall asleep.
Same. I've done that.
I just don't care.
I'll
Like,
brush my teeth
so long
already
as
and
my
then eat.
breath doesn't smell bad, I literally don't care. As long as my teeth look white and my breath doesn't smell bad.
Well, when you like fall asleep on the couch and you're so tired that you can barely do anything.
Yes.
It's like hard to just get up to back
That's
to
why
your
you're
bed.
supposed to brush your teeth like earlier. So at least
And then
you
what?
did it.
You go to bed and don't do anything.
No, I do it every night. I'm just saying that I can see how it's hard to do it when you're in that state.
Yeah, see, I'm proud of you. We all have white teeth now.
That's
good.
just lazy.
Well, she gets like laser on her teeth or something.
No, I don't.
You do. Are
Lasers.
those even real? Are those
I got
veneers?
a treatment.
She whitens
That's a
them.
compliment if you think that, because I don't think my teeth look that white. But
Claudia's,
I don't
Claudia's
think
dentures.
your teeth need to be like bright
I
white.
got whitening treatment once. It literally didn't last longer than like
And it hurt, right?
a few weeks, and it hurt. Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Kate about this. Would you rather have perfect veneers
No.
if you could just get them for free and there was no pain, no problems whatsoever, or your natural looking teeth?
Natural teeth, 1000%. I saw someone say that they loved how everyone in the Wicked movie didn't have veneers. And so many people say they hate when you're watching a movie and the actors have like those perfect white veneers. I've always hated the look of veneers. Like there's natural good veneers that actually match your teeth. And then there's ones where it's just obvious. And like everyone on Love Island and all those shows has them. And I just think it looks so bad. Like I think it looks like Uncanny Valley to me. Like you don't look human. And I also think that
Especially when they're like paper white.
yeah, and really like thick looking.
Yeah.
I just think that first of all, teeth are not meant to be that white. They're meant to be like off-white bone colored. And also like I like the natural charm of like slightly crooked teeth or not perfect
Me
teeth.
too.
Like I know I call you bunny teeth, but I like your teeth.
That's so mean.
No, I wouldn't get veneers unless my teeth were falling out. Like if I was like an old dude and they're just on their last leg, then I'll just be like, put the veneers in. But I would ask for ones that look more natural. I'd be like, make one a little bit crooked, like
I don't
pull
know.
it to the
I feel
side
like
or
it's
something.
hard to
No,
make
I would
them
only
look
ever get them,
natural.
which I honestly have no desire to ever do that. But if I ever did, I would only go to someone that literally can make them look so like thin and real, not like thick and chunky like fake nails glued to your teeth.
I don't know. I would just be scared to do like to change
And I would
my
never
my
get the
top
lightest
teeth.
shade.
Also, a lot
Wait,
of people get their incisors right here covered, like the two smaller teeth on the side, so that they're all the same length. But I feel like some people don't look right with all the same length
Yeah.
teeth. Like if you were born with all your teeth being the same size, like Scarlett has the most perfect teeth, and she had braces in high school or middle school, but it looks right for all of her teeth to be the same, like down at the same length. But I feel like with me, I've edited it before just to see what it would look
They
like.
look like little chiclets.
Yeah, I would look like a robot or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that natural teeth are much more attractive.
It's like gives you personality.
So long as your teeth look clean.
Oh, by the way,
I think crooked teeth are cute, or gaps are cute.
I saw the Wicked movie. That movie is pretty crazy. The amount of
Crazy.
money they put into it.
Yeah,
in
I
terms
know.
of just overall production.
Is it all
And-
singing or is it just like
It's probably 30% singing, 70% dialogue, but I just can't believe the amount of costumes and
Yeah.
makeup and it's a long movie. It's like 3 hours, but there must have been so many people working on that movie.
There was.
and the CGI is
also,
ridiculous.
A lot of it's, they barely use any CGI. Like they built these sets.
Oh, they did?
Cynthia Erivo who plays the main green girl. She, what's her name?
Elphaba.
Mom, you would love this movie because it's very Wizard
we
of
were,
Oz.
We were thinking about going to
No, you guys were going to go tonight?
not tonight, but we were.
I think you guys should all
I
watch
want
it
to see it
together.
obviously because I love Ariana Grande, but also
We
I
have to look
I know
and
that I
see.
would love it. I'm
But
never.
then she was like, I should just go with you, but I don't know if that's because she didn't want to see it or
I just don't like going to the theater anymore.
that's the other thing.
Murphy.
I feel like it's worth
But
seeing in the theater though.
not
No,
bad.
I know.
You can schedule like your seats and everything.
If you guys went during the day, there will literally be
yeah,
no one there.
exactly. Yeah,
And it'll be cheaper too.
Yeah,
There's
we should
like
just do that. Just go during the day.
yeah, you should go.
I'm just gonna wait till it comes
Insane movie though.
That's the other thing. It'll probably be out soon.
So what would you give
Probably
it out of
be-
100%?
Out of 10, I would probably give it.
Out of 100%, that's what I said.
Okay, objectively, I'll give my rating of what I think, and then I'll give like the objective rating based on what I think people will think of it. For me, I would probably give it like a 7.5, mainly because like I thought it was super cool. The visuals were insane. Sometimes the singing to me like gets overboard. Like she had a love interest, for example, at some point. The witch. I don't want to give anything away,
Glinda?
but yeah, Glinda had like no. Glinda's the good witch. The bad one, Alphaba. That's her name.
Alphabet.
She kind of had like a love interest, and then once it started getting into that part, I zoned out a few times during the singing because it was getting repetitive, and I was like, okay. But that's just my opinion. I know everyone else was like glued to the screen in the theater. And then the more objective rating, I would probably give it a 9.
Wow.
Yeah. Who's ready for our 4 Thanksgiving dinners?
Me, I'm so like I
only had
See, the one benefit of having
had one.
divorced parents when you're a kid, this is probably the only thing. You get 2
2.
Christmases and you get 2
We never got
Thanksgivings.
two Christmases.
We didn't? Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
What gifts did we get at Mom's for Christmas?
I would do like a Hanukkah thing.
I
if could
can't remember.
afford
Oh,
it.
yeah, no. She did. She gave us. I remember.
I don't ever remember celebrating Christmas or
I would
Hanukkah
just
with
give
you.
you guys like presents. Sometimes
I would just
here and
remember
there.
coming home and that was it.
One
That
time
we
I
were
gave
done.
presents like every single like 8 days of Hanukkah.
Didn't we get like gifts
No, when we
donated
were
to
younger,
us
we
because we
would-
were so
They were
poor?
too young to know. It was
When we were
probably just for-
younger, we would
remember.
stay at Dad's all day. We wouldn't go to another Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do Christmas, but I did have a Christmas tree at one point, and then I stopped doing that.
I think
But
me
then
and
I
Kenny would
did
do that.
the
We would set
but
it
I
up.
would do like the Hanukkah thing every once in a while, not consistently, but more so when you were. That's
You
when
just left it
probably
up to
remember
Dad.
it.
You're like he'll take care of it.
No, it was like, well, why am I doing it? What's the point? I'm Jewish. Your dad's Irish Catholic. Let him do it. And it's I had no money for that. I had no money to buy presents like that. To me, it was the love of the house, not what was the love that was in the house, not so much what presents are.
Yeah, I don't think I cared that much anyway. When we were younger, though, like when you and Dad were still
But
together,
I did celebrate your birthdays.
we would have insane Christmases.
Yeah, I never
When-
got to experience that.
Oh yeah. Kenny never did,
Right.
because you guys got divorced when she was basically a baby.
I don't really remember it.
Well, we would have one. We would be at our house and do it, and then we'd go to his mother's.
Did you and Dad
And do
plan
it.
to have me, or was it an accident?
No, of course we planned it.
Why?
Are you serious?
She wants to be an accident.
Because your relationship was clearly going in a certain direction.
Well, I mean, I still wanted my kids. I still wanted my children.
I have a question.
I
If
was
you
on a
had
roll.
a
I kept
fourth,
going. I wanted 4.
if you had a fourth,
I didn't make it
what
to
would their
4.
name be if it was a boy?
I don't know what the name would have been.
You don't know.
have any in mind?
No, I had no idea. I probably would have had another girl anyway.
Also, did you pre-plan to name me Brandon Walsh?
No.
You didn't? Are you sure?
Yes. You know what's funny though? I was watching back on the videos when I was in the hospital with you, and when the nurse came in, somebody had said something about, I think I was talking to my dad, and 90210 was doing a whole entire marathon the day that he was coming in and filming me, and Dad walked in, and I said, he mentioned something. I said, "Oh, do you see that?" Because him and I would watch it together. I said, "Oh, they're doing a whole marathon on it," and he was like, "Oh, really?" It was so weird. Isn't that weird that that was playing and you were Brandon Walsh and it was playing like literally all day long, 24 hours?
I don't know. You must have really been obsessed with that show to name me after one of the characters, though. That's crazy.
I
Oh,
was obsessed.
when I was in West Virginia, we went to a breakfast place, and our waitress, her name was Kennedy. That was the only other
Oh, that's interesting.
girl Kennedy I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I was like shocked when she said it. I was like,
Oh,
Did
some
you say?
Kennedys
Did
on
you say?
TikTok.
Wow, I have a sister named Kennedy.
no, I didn't.
He definitely is the type to just sit there in silence.
No, I was just thinking it. But I've heard so many Brandons, like when somebody says their name's Brandon, it doesn't feel like anything. But when somebody says a name that you like directly associate with another person because it's the only person who has that name who you know.
I know.
Like same with Claudia. Like when I hear Claudia, very rarely, it will throw me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth naming your kid a non-common name.
Oh, I thought they were non-common.
I agree.
But theirs were.
We were
What
talking-
about me?
We were talking about
well,
names.
yours
You
wasn't.
know how many Brandons I had at my school?
Yeah,
Too
but
many.
when I named you,
Did
nobody
you?
was really Brandon.
Few. Yeah.
There was like one Brandon in my class.
Yeah, there
Was he
wasn't
cool?
a lot.
Yeah, I was like not friends with him, but everyone in high school, I was like cool with everyone in high school. People who watch this podcast might find that hard to believe, but I was nice to everyone.
You were nice to everyone? Were you friends with everyone?
No, I had like 2 friends, but that was by choice.
I was nice to
Were people
was
nice
a
to you?
loner.
You didn't get bullied?
Yeah, I got along with literally everybody. And I never had drama, never cared about boys enough to have drama with other girls. Like, I never got into issues with anyone, literally ever.
I believe it.
That's good.
Kept to myself.
Claudia, on the other hand, I went to one party that Claudia went to once, I think. Did we go to the same party at some point?
I don't remember. I
I
didn't
think we
you
did.
ever
You
went
were
to
probably
parties.
drunk out of your mind or something. You probably don't
I
even remember
wasn't.
where you were.
What party?
I don't know. I went to a few parties senior year. Didn't get invited to any others.
I don't ever remember seeing you at a party. Ever.
No, I remember seeing you at a party. No, there was one I went to and people were having like fights outside. I was like, what the is this? Our school was
That's
pretty
typical.
like out there, I feel like.
No, mine had fights too. Believe me. Lots.
People got pepper sprayed in the hallway.
There was
Yeah,
a
we
there was
had
like a
lots of
fight
fights.
every day in the hallway.
I remember I walked through the gym hallway and inhaled pepper spray and was choking.
Oh my God.
Someone sprayed it all
Jesus.
over. They sprayed some kid in the bathroom and it was like all throughout the air.
Jesus.
God.
Poor kid.
Well, the cop sprayed him.
Oh, Jesus.
If I was a teacher, I would keep pepper spray on me.
Same.
I would love to spray
If
a
I was
kid.
a teacher at our school, I would. They're the only way to keep
I think
control
any school.
of those kids would be to like threaten them, because they were so bad.
There was a trend. I don't know if this is when we were in school or not, where people were like stealing the paper towel machines off the wall.
I think I remember you.
Some of the
Wait a
bathrooms.
minute. Didn't you destroy a bathroom or something?
No.
Some of the bathrooms in our
You and
school.
Dev do that?
No, I
No,
never
they didn't.
not in
Can I please say
school.
what I want to
I
say?
dreamt it.
Some of the bathrooms in our school, you'd walk in, there'd be a sink ripped off the wall.
Yeah.
A toilet
the
ripped
sinks
out of
would fall off
the
the
wall.
wall.
Like there would just be like an
Condoms,
absence.
use condoms on the toilets.
Oh, that's gross.
And then like kids cannot make it in the toilet. Like it was everywhere but inside of it.
And then in girl bathrooms,
Everywhere.
I can't
it
imagine.
would be that plus period blood.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's high school though, right?
Gross. Ew.
And they would smell terrible.
Like that is so disgusting.
Well, it's because they also fed you such toxic food. If they
Yeah, my
upgraded the
lunch-
food a little bit, maybe the bathrooms would be
My
cleaner.
high school lunch consisted of, and this was on the good days when I had $2 or someone gave me $2, a pack of sour Skittles and a big Texas cinnamon roll. That was my lunch.
Healthy. I'm surprised you didn't have any like illnesses from the way you ate.
Mom, we didn't have any food to bring to school. Anything healthy.
Well, you wouldn't have eaten it anyway. If it was healthy.
Well,
You
we
wouldn't
didn't
eat
have
healthy
it. It
food.
wasn't an option.
I
And I
would literally-
also had
So
no
it-
money.
That's why we
After
didn't have it, because
school-
you wouldn't eat it. It would go to waste. and I'd
After
have to
school,
throw it
I would
away.
beg mom, almost sometimes with tears, to take me to Qdoba because that was
They
my
had a
favorite.
Qdoba when we were kids
Yeah.
in high school.
Brandon, we went there all the time.
I remember there was a McDonald's and everyone would like go to the McDonald's and they kind of
and
banned
then
kids
when
from going
Brandon
there.
started making money, I would beg him to buy me food or
Yeah,
give me some of his
and
food.
Do you remember we were talking about this the other day? I shot a spitball on you at Qdoba and you dumped water on my food.
Oh, I remember that.
But you dumped water on my food that you had just bought. And I was like, okay, you bought it. Like, you ruined your own.
Claudia and I would get
money.
into like battles sometimes.
Yeah, because you had aggression issues.
So did you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we
Yes,
would
you
play
did.
into each
We all
other.
did.
Remember we got a fight over the shower and you shoved me through the curtain into the wall?
Here's what everyone needs to know. All three of us have aggression issues, and all three of us have some anger issues. And we absolutely get it from our dad. We're all aware of it, especially me.
Yeah.
Especially me.
I wanted to have anger issues.
Yeah.
Just own up to it.
Just frustration, and then it builds up.
I think
and then
more
it's
like, I don't know.
We're just
When I think anger issues, I think of how Brandon used to
we're
act.
emotional women.
Yeah, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I was like aggressive when I was younger.
You would get mad and then say like 10 really mean things all at once.
I just knew how to dig into somebody, especially you two.
Why are you keeping your gum at the top of your mouth? I keep seeing.
Well, I want to spit it out. I
It's
know
a
if I
dick.
chew it in this mic, I know people are gonna comment.
Spit it out then, bro. It's gross.
That's what I do when I lift. When I have gum in my mouth, because if I go like this, if I'm like bench pressing and my head's back and it's on my
actually kinda
tongue,
smart.
I'll swallow it and like choke on. I don't want to. Dying on a bench press in a gym is like the worst way to go out. So I put it.
choke on it.
I put it like in my gum right here.
Well, it's like
It's like
looking.
chew.
It's making
Yeah.
me.
acting like you're having
Chew
dip
gum
in your
when you're-
mouth.
It's
Why
like
are even
freaking
chewing gum at the
soggy
gym?
gum.
Oh, have you seen? Do you know what the new kind of dip is? Somebody left one in my car, and then Kate thought I was
Is it called like Zins
using
or
it.
something?
Yeah, there was a pack of Zyn.
The new kind of dip. That's how you know you're old. That you don't know what Zyn is.
No, it's just that he doesn't
It's like
use
a
nicotine.
pouch.
I have no idea.
It's a pouch of nicotine. You like put it in your
Yeah.
under your in your lip or whatever.
Do
They're
you
not that
know
new.
how many young people are addicted to nicotine? Like it's insane.
It looks like those little things that come in packages that say "Do not eat."
I have
Yes.
never,
Like the silicone
Yeah,
whatever
the
it
little
is.
beads.
I've never actually
Yeah.
seen them, but I have never smoked a cigarette, and I've never even hit a nicotine vape.
I smoked a cigarette once because my first girlfriend like forced me to do it, and
I never smoked a
it
whole one,
tastes
but
so
It's-
terrible.
I have no desire.
I love cigars. Like I love cigars. Cigarettes taste nothing like
well,
cigars.
the smell of cigars triggers me because her ex-boyfriend smoked cigars.
Ew, I hate
Those
how
were
cigars
Black
smell.
and Milds or something.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Those weren't
ew.
even. Those weren't
the
really
smell
cigars.
of those makes me
Yeah,
instantly
cigars
nauseous.
don't smell like those. Like
Well, I don't like the smell of cigars. Like anytime I smell that, what?
I'm just having memories of when I was nuts.
have you ever smoked a cigarette?
Yeah, do you remember? Of
course
this
you
is
have.
what my thought in my head is when I saw you guys out at the bars downtown once, and I like had taken a cigarette, and instead of like inhaling
Oh
it,
my god, that
I,
pissed
like,
me off.
blew on it, and it shot out of my mouth onto the ground, and I like thought that was like the funniest thing in the world. Yeah, I remember you got
Oh, that
mad.
pissed me off so much. Claudia and Dev were like smoking cigarettes at this like club or something, and I was like, and this kid was giving them to them, and like, oh, come on, smoke it, smoke it. It was pissing me off so bad that I picked Claudia up over my shoulder and dragged her out of
Wait,
there.
I was there.
So we were outside.
I don't think you were there.
I was there when you picked
I
her
was
up
just-
sometime.
Oh, you were?
And
We
threw
got-
her over your
we had-
shoulder and we left.
I was
Yeah, we did that a
pretty
lot.
drunk.
He
It was
just
at that
removed her
one,
from
I was like,
the
like,
scene.
stop
sidebar.
smoking. I was so pissed.
Yeah, and then I was just like feral at that point.
I just think the smell of cigarettes, I really.
I don't
just
like them. I've
like.
never liked them. But when you're that hammered and someone's offering it to you, you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's when you're drunk.
I like the smell of cloves. That's really good.
I still don't know what cloves
But-
is.
I like the smell
Cloves
of
are
weed.
really- they're good.
When I smell
Smell
someone,
weed,
I do
smell
like the smell of
when I
weed.
smell someone smoking weed in public, my mouth literally waters.
Wait, where was I? We smelled so much of that. Oh, I was somewhere
Well,
with.
in New York and specifically in Brooklyn, I feel like everyone smokes weed. Like everyone, you take a walk, you're gonna smell it at least 3 times. So, it's kind
Wait,
of.
is it
just
legal?
normal.
You can smoke it in public now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really not though.
I feel like it
Should have been
is.
like that a long time ago.
Yeah.
I guess because we're not used to it or something.
I think the crazy thing is the people that went to jail for selling it.
I know that's
They let
that's
out now, so they
Oh, they let 'em
basically
out?
were in jail for not. Yeah, they let
that's
a
what
lot of
happens
them
when the
out.
law changes. Yeah,
It's so weird.
Stupid.
it was probably like that with alcohol back during
It just,
prohibition.
it just goes to show, like, when I think about it like that, it's like I can't even take the world seriously when
Literally.
I see that.
Mm.
Because it's like, who made those rules? Why is it like this now? Why couldn't it have been like that before? And like, it's just dumb.
Well, I guess they did something when they knew it was illegal. So, and it's a personal choice at
Probably
that
all
point.
about money at the end of the day.
Probably something to do with that and power.
I feel like everything can boil down
Power,
to money.
control, and money.
Power, control, and money. Yeah.
Should we do a question, Cory?
Come here.
Hey guys, so I'm in college and have gone out with you guys before.
What?
No, with guys before. My bad.
Oh, I was like, yeah.
But I've never had a boyfriend because I always freak out when things start to get too serious and kind
Real.
of self-sabotage. Now I'm talking with a guy and I really like him, but I'm starting to get anxious about it. Have you guys felt the same or have some advice for me? Thanks, love you all.
Literally anytime I've ever been talking to someone in a remotely romantic way, I start to lose weight because I can't eat. Because it stresses me out so much. But yeah, it's scary. It's normal to be nervous. It's a big deal to meet someone and let them into your life and let them know all these personal things about you and be vulnerable with them. I think that's normal.
Yeah,
To a
I
degree.
definitely had it. I just had a hard time trusting. Like it got to a certain
And I feel like
point-
you should. If you don't
Yeah.
know this person and you're letting them into your life in that way, I think it's good to be
I
apprehensive
honestly
sometimes.
think that's why I stopped dating men.
Yeah, they're terrifying.
Because no matter who it was, I just get to this point where I'm like, okay, I like this person, but I can't trust this person.
I kind of feel like you just have to ask like the right questions so you can see what they're like.
You would think that, but first of all, when you first start talking to someone, they are in their head, they're not being 100% themselves, and you're probably not either. Like, you don't know someone, they're complete strangers, so it's a gradual process usually. But for me, I'm somebody who wants like a slow burn. I need to know you so I can trust you, so then I can be attracted to you and be open with you. Attraction for me is something that happens over time. It's not like I can just meet someone. I mean, it hasn't happened to me where I've just met someone and instantly I'm so attracted to them. Anyone I've ever felt true attraction to, I know them and I trust them, and I feel like I can actually be myself with them.
So,
Which takes
so you're almost
time.
like friends first.
Yeah, but
I
a
think
lot
that's
of
the best
a lot
way.
of people aren't like that though.
No, I could
And-
never be friends first.
Well, I would like.
Back
I
when-
feel like ever since I was a kid, that's what I would tell myself: is I want to be friends with someone first. Because if you're not willing to just be my friend,
Yep.
like why?
That's really important.
Friendship
I don't know
is
where
the
you
basis
got that
of a
from because
relationship.
I don't think I taught you
I
that.
feel like you would tell me that.
I feel like I didn't practice that myself.
You didn't, but
So I didn't. How would I know it?
I don't know. I just feel like I always felt that, and still, that's why I haven't ever had a serious relationship, because it's never worked out.
God,
so
I would be so in my head. I remember when I would just start like liking somebody or hanging out with them, and just sabotage
You would
myself.
overthink what you're saying.
I would just self-sabotage
think-
everything.
you have to keep in mind that everybody is terrified when they're going into a new relationship, because you're thinking about all the horrible ways it could end, all the horrible things that could happen. Oh, what if I do this and they don't like me anymore? And then blah, blah, blah. But for me, I want a relationship to not be about like, I want it to feel real and deep and true, and not just something that I'm like excited to show off, or like, oh, I'm just lonely and so I want to be with someone. I want it to be something that like actually brings so much value to my life and
Yeah,
feels very
which is kind of
equal.
crazy because Claudia, when you met Jesse, it's not like you were like friends with him first. You guys went right into like a relationship and like that,
I didn't
that
wanna be
beginning.
friends.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but
and
yet
I
you
wanted to
are,
kiss.
yet you
That's
are
the thing.
friends.
If I felt that with somebody, I would act on it. But I have never felt an attraction to somebody right away, like ever in my life.
I mean, I also just like had like multiple previous relationships, so I knew what I wanted to feel. Like I had that experience to know enough about, like, I also was talking to someone at the time that I felt like absolutely nothing with, and like they were a good person and super nice and treated me nice, but I felt nothing with them, and I didn't see it going any further. And literally, like, right in the peak of that is when I met Jesse, and
like
I was
all
like,
the
oh my
puzzle
god, I was
pieces.
like, this is what I want to be feeling. Like, this is the type of person.
But you're
that
really secure, because if that were me meeting somebody that was like on social media and like traveling and always seeing different girls and
Claudia's
having
always
girls
been
in his
like that,
video,
though.
like, yeah, I would have self-sabotaged that type of situation.
The thing is,
and
like,
screwed it
I
up.
think the way I looked at it is like, I know what I was worth, and I was like, I'm like, he might see a bunch of girls, but like, I'm like that girl.
Good
Yeah.
for you. God, I'm glad
I think every girl should think that too. It's because there's tons of beautiful, amazing, smart, funny women out there. You can't be constantly thinking like, oh, but what if he wants better? What if he sees better? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like
I wouldn't
they
think
either
that,
want
but
you
I
or they don't.
definitely-
Yeah,
Right.
and it doesn't matter if you are like the greatest thing ever or you have it all together. Like, there are definitely going to be guys that, regardless, like, they have their own issues and they don't want you, and like they're not into you and they're looking for something different, or like, it's all about who you click with. And like, I was gonna make my effort and put it in and make it known that I liked him, and if it didn't come back in return, like, I would have
You made it known.
I would have moved on. I made it known that same night. I remember
Claudia made a move.
had a few shots of me, made him get in my Uber, sat on his lap in the Uber.
See, I always told myself I wish that would happen to me. Like, I wish I would meet someone and feel this intense attraction.
Yeah, but Kennedy, your personality is different.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I like slower burn in the beginning too, because it just makes me feel like more comfortable, and I know it makes the other person feel more comfortable as well, depending on their personality. But it's personality dependent.
It takes me a while to actually trust someone, especially in a romantic way. Like, that is a part of myself that I have never truly opened up to anyone in like a real relationship sense. So when I actually do feel it starting to happen, it's literally terrifying, but I'm just waiting for the day when it doesn't feel as terrifying.
I think no matter what it does kind of feel scary. Like, I still had those moments, like, after that, when you're not out drinking and you're not hanging out with a group of people.
Yeah, like, didn't you think, like, if you didn't hear from him or something, like,
the last day that we filmed, I went back to, I dropped Brandon, I think it might have been you and Brandon off back at your house or something, and I was like, I'm not about to get out of this car and go inside and wait for him to get back to the house too. Jesse, I mean, because we were all filming at a gym together, but he drove separate. And I was like, I'm just going back to my apartment. Like, if he wants to reach out to me, he will. If he wants to text me and say bye, he will. But like, other than that, we either we're going to see each other again or we're not. And so I went home and I took a shower, and I got out of the shower, and my phone was sitting on the counter, and I'm like doing my hair, whatever, in the mirror, and it lights up and it was him. And I was like, he's probably going to be saying like, oh, bye, whatever. Or it was nice like seeing he meeting you this weekend. I have no idea. And I opened my phone because that's kind of like what I was used to anyway at this point. I opened my phone and he was like, can I come stop by and say bye to you before I leave? And I was like, I like had a feeling he might say that, but I also was like very like
Had your guard up.
pleasantly surprised. No, I was just like, wow, like he actually said what I was hoping he would say. And then he came and told me like he liked me a lot. So you just didn't
have like, So I think in that type of relationship, because his personality and your personality, he did the certain things that made you feel secure, and you didn't ever get to the point where you were like,
he's a very
questioning
vocal person
and
about
like,
how
Well, I
he
think
feels.
sometimes guys want to say something and they just
And then
don't
they
because they end up
don't. I think-
overthinking it. Yeah.
Girls out there always follow the rule of if he wanted to, he would, because there is never a situation in which it's not true. I don't care what anyone says, but
Or he might want to and he just doesn't have the balls.
I don't believe that. If a guy
It is-
truly
it
wants
is-
to, then he doesn't want it bad enough.
Well, I will say
There's
like,
more passive guys though.
normally people, okay, then after
Then
that,
you shouldn't waste your time.
after
with them.
that point, I was like, he's either gonna make an effort or he's not. And I had mentioned something about like, how do you like roller coasters or like amusement parks? And he said he does. And I was like, oh, like we should go to Hershey Park. And I figured like every time I ever like said something like that, brought something like that up, someone would be like, oh, maybe in like a few weeks or something. Murphy. But he was like, yeah, let's go like next week or something. And I was like shocked. And then he actually followed through with it. And it's so funny because I told him the other day, I was like, do you remember like when we were at Hershey Park and I was telling you how I will fly to California to visit you or whatever? And I like, in my head, I was thinking like, I hope I'm not like freaking him out or overstepping or doing too much. And he told me recently that he was turned on by that.
Of course he was. Jesse has been obsessed with Claudia from the
Right,
moment
babe?
they met and on, and it hasn't gone down at all. It's just gotten more and more and more.
Literally.
Like, it's truly beautiful, and it makes me so happy
Well,
to see.
that's how you know it's right.
Yeah, I feel like there was just, we all knew, like, from when you guys met to when you guys started dating, and then pretty instantly I started spending a lot of time with Claudia and Jesse because I would get jealous that Claudia was spending new time with this person, and also she's my sister, so anybody she's with, like, it's very important to me that I like them too. And also, I immediately started liking him, and immediately we became more of like friends than just like, this is my sister's boyfriend. And it's always just felt right from like every angle.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another one here. I don't know if this is real, by the way, because it was sent at 3:13 a.m. Maybe it is real. If it is, I'm very sorry for this person. Hi, I love your podcast. I look forward to watching every week. My boyfriend of 7 years cheated on me with his first cousin. How do I stop comparing myself to her? How do I detach when I still love him?
That has to be a joke.
That has to be somebody who wanted their thing to get read.
Who knows?
Well, if that is accurate, you need to run.
If this, and the
West
off
Virginia.
chance that this is serious,
That's incest.
First, I was just going to say, isn't that incest?
The part that's crazy to me is this comparing yourself
why
to
would you want
his
to?
first cousin.
Why would
who
you want to
he's-
be anything like a cousin that sleeps with their cousin?
Do you know how many cousins slept with cousins back in the day? That's
I
why
mean, I'm
everybody's
sure,
related. That's why they say that's why everybody's
but-
related. They couldn't think about it. They couldn't travel far, so they only had so many
if you're
people.
if you're in a village with 30 people,
Yeah.
then you're
Everyone's
probably
going to be having babies with everybody.
Oh, yeah. Well, nowadays there's a bunch more options. You got Tinder.
I would say go your cousin, so then it's equal.
that's a good good piece of advice.
Definitely don't do that.
Yeah. You got to go back to equilibrium. I agree.
Then you'll stop comparing. Comparison is the thief of joy.
And then he'll be comparing to your cousin. This is kind of a good question. How would you rank the following: Lord of the Rings, Dune franchise, or Harry Potter?
That's good for you because you
my
like all of those
goodness.
movies.
I mean,
Harry Potter
even
is
mentioned
number
they didn't mention you guys in this message.
Harry Potter's number one, period.
Yeah.
I would
That's
say
it.
Harry Potter number 1, then Dune, then Lord of the Rings.
I don't know about that. I'm
Yeah.
going to say Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Harry
Dude,
Potter
I
for
can't.
me is like everything in one. It's just
It's like your childhood
Perfect.
too. It's everything.
Yeah.
Childhood magic.
I agree.
Just all of it. And there's so many of them. And I literally could watch them over and over again.
yeah, they're just it's so well made. And when you watch them back now, what were they made like 20 years ago? They're still better than most
I know.
movies that exist
know.
right now. It's insane.
Amazing.
Like they crushed it.
Yeah.
I still can't get through the full Dune, so I can't really rate that
Dune
one.
doesn't really interest me.
How can you not get through Dune, Mom?
I don't know, man. It's
No, I
slow
would
in the
never
beginning.
like. This sounds.
It's
I mean,
really
whatever.
slow
I would
in the
never
beginning.
click on that movie.
I
Put it
want to
that
watch
way.
it. I want to watch it. I want to finish
I've
it.
seen it pop up, and I'm just like, I have no interest in watching that.
I just can't see.
Oh,
it.
here's a good
Dune.
one.
Actually, both.
Dune.
Hi, Walsh fam. Since it's Thanksgiving next week, I wanted to ask what everyone is thankful for and your favorite memories you've had this year. Love you all.
Oh, that's a good one.
Love you.
Who wants to start?
My favorite memory
No,
is.
let's start with Brandon.
Well, I'm not. I have to rack my brain. Give me a second, okay?
Okay, I'll go
Really?
first. Bless you. My favorite memory is probably getting engaged because that's a big one.
Yeah.
And what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for a warm house to sleep in every night and a comfy bed and a loving fiance and 4 healthy animals and my family that I get to spend
Wow.
time
So
with.
we came like 5th.
It's not a ranking. I'm just saying everything that I'm thankful for.
I rank them.
For warm running water, for hot food, for all the little things that make life.
I'd say I'm probably most grateful for food. Kidding.
I mean, I am. I would die without it.
I know, but the thing I'm most grateful for is always going to be my family. Probably would have myself at some point if I didn't have my family. Not joking. But yeah, I'm grateful to be home and to be spending time with you guys, and yeah, and food for sure.
Food.
Favorite memory from this year? Oh God, I don't know. It's been a traumatic year.
Seeing your sister get engaged.
No. Oh, probably helping Claudia pick her wedding dress. That was a really special moment.
That was a good
That was
memory,
such a fun
actually.
day.
I did dream about that place last night.
I can't think of anything else. I mean, like moving to New York maybe, but
I mean, moving to New York's
Seeing
pretty
me get
big.
engaged should be one of your favorite memories because you were the one that was there watching it.
I mean, yeah.
Everyone else watched from a window. You were like right
Yeah, but it
there.
wasn't happening to me. That was about you two.
So was the wedding dress.
What about when you opened
That
mom's
felt more
old
like-
dress?
That was like a fun memory, but it wasn't like
It wasn't like an overwhelming,
significant.
like amazing.
All of my
It was weird for me.
all of my most significant memories from the last year aren't positive ones. Like the ones that are immediately coming up to my mind aren't good ones, but I have good ones, but I just can't think of them right now.
Oh, I'm thankful for my 13 cats, Dakota, obviously my beautiful children, my family, my OnlyFans. I really am.
Wow, we came above OnlyFans.
And my memory, honestly, there's a lot of memories, but one that truly stands in my mind that I cannot forget is the day that I got the food stamp card and we all went to the grocery store and
Mama.
I said, get whatever you want.
This is your memory from this year.
Oh, from this year?
What's your
I'm
favorite
thinking
memory?
of like a long time ago ever.
Well, that is a good memory.
It's an amazing memory.
That's a good memory, but what is your favorite one from this year?
This year.
See, it's hard.
I'm gonna say, well, Dakota and I have a lot of really fun times together. So I would probably have to say like, anytime that we just laugh our asses off and can't breathe.
Okay, yeah,
And seeing
that,
your daughter get engaged.
that's mine
And
too
that.
with Scarlett.
But
I'm just kidding.
I really didn't see it because I was looking
Yeah.
at it from a distance out of a window and waiting in a car until I was allowed to come. So it was like kind of
Well, the aftermath of
there.
it.
She had like full view of that. She was in it. Yeah, afterwards. But I didn't feel that because I couldn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But watching the video was good. But that wasn't like my memory because I wasn't there fully.
You know what your answer needs to be.
What does my answer need to be?
Seeing your sister get engaged.
I was gonna say that I don't think my favorite memory of this year has happened yet
Oh, I
because
like
we
that.
have a lot of stuff coming.
That's
Okay,
true.
yeah, I'm gonna
That
agree
might
with
be
that.
holidays are
that
always
might be
a
the
good
drink
time.
competition.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, last year
That's
that
what
was
I
really
should have
fun.
said.
I feel like I've
Yeah.
had a lot of tough moments in this last year. So it's when I think about the last year, I immediately think of those things that I had to overcome. And like, I mean, it's still, I can put a positive spin on it and say like, I'm stronger now. And when you overcome something, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, blah, 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 whatever. But I do have a lot of good, happy memories from the last year. I just can't like think of specific things that stuck out.
Well, the things I'm thankful for, one, definitely family, because I feel like everyone is in a much better position than we used to be, especially when we were younger. And I was thinking about that, how everyone like has their together and has their own thing that they're doing and is able to like support themselves and everything, and how it was not like that back then. So many things have changed. So I'm thankful for that because it's definitely brought us the ability to hang out more and just be more relaxed in general, and then have better times together because people still have their worries, but no one's just worried about how they're going to like make it to the next day.
Yeah.
So that's good. The other thing I'm thankful for is the freedom to work on what I've been working on.
Pursue your passion.
Exactly. Which I feel like many people don't have the time
Yeah.
in order to do it. And I got very lucky that we did YouTube for so long, and it's been able to push me through working on an app like this every single day without making any like sustainable normal income from something like that. So I'm super thankful for having the time and the ability to do that. And then the final thing, obviously, my beautiful, amazing girlfriend.
Aww.
I'm thankful.
I'm thankful for her too.
Yeah.
We
That
love
was so
cake.
cute. That made me want to cry. Yeah. I really am so thankful for you guys. I can't say anything else or I'll start crying.
I am so looking forward to this drink competition because we are so gonna win.
It's still a month away.
We're so gonna win.
Don't be too sure.
Okay, that's probably a good.
Hope everyone
Bye,
has
guys.
a happy and safe
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
By the time this comes out, it might be
It'll
past
be over.
Thanksgiving, so barely.
you had a great Thanksgiving.
Hope you had a great
Sunday,
Thanksgiving and hopefully whatever other holidays you're celebrating this
Stay
year.
tuned for more in-person podcasts.
Yes, Kennedy is here for the next month.
Peace and blessings.
Peace. I usually say peace. He said peace and
And
blessings. And I was just like,
blessings.
my brain lagged out.